Good evening. Welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is April 21st, 2024. It is a Sunday. Now we're waiting for folks to join the show. Here we go. I did not get my chat out. There we go. Let's get it out. How about Whiskey Cowboys getting it out? Getting the live chat out. Set up. There we go. We currently have some folks shuffling in. Welcome to the show. Go on and say hello. Type in and say hey. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Should be an interesting night. Try to figure out. Get a notification. I get up to the studio and it's like, oh, your system needs to be restarted to install the updates. And see, that's what I hate about that stuff, is they'll partially install stuff, and then until you actually restart it, the rest isn't there, and you get bugs out the wazoo. So let's hope that this show actually goes well. We will see. We will see. Tonight's coffee is Butter Pecan from New England brand. I was going to have some caramel macchiato. I'm like, no, I had that the other night. So it's Butter Pecan. It's good. It's good. Let folks shuffle on in before I start hitting some things. And the folks that are following my show, they get everything first. We got some interesting things I got to get off my chest. And the rest of the folks out there, they'll be seeing this filter into my other social media feeds. Laurel says hi. Hey, Laurel. Judy says howdy. Hey, Judy. Welcome to the show. I posted up some other random shots of my photography on my Facebook page. Just random stuff. It's random stuff. Haven't been out shooting yet, but I'll get out there. Things are ready. Get the juices flowing. Okay, let's start while there's some people here, and we'll kind of lead in with some peripheral image issues. Number one, people are stupid. Yeah, people are stupid, and it gets tiring dealing with stupid people. Crowder from Louder and Crowder, biggest dirtball on the face of the planet. I used to follow his content. He put out decent stuff. I did not appreciate his quote-unquote humor. I don't think he's funny is what he thinks. But him and his father and his family, they're a bunch of bullies. And they're fairly big people, staturally. So he's used to that shit. He's a punk. He treated his employees like shit. Treated everybody around him like shit. And then wanted to play all, I'm the nice guy and I'm the victim. No. He's going through divorce. Both him and his wife pulled some dirty shit. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about him. What I care about is, if you're going to follow somebody's content, let them be at least a reputable person. Somebody worth following, and he's not. Well, people can follow him, I don't care. But he pulled that shit with the Daily Wire. He set them up. He knew how the Daily Wire operated. It was a business. And then Crowder's talking about how he cares about the content creators. No, he didn't. He works people to the bone on his crew, does not pay them. His interns. Yet he's complaining about other media outlets not paying well enough. Bitch, you're doing the same thing. His contracts are far worse than what the Daily Wire's is. But whatever. He set it up. He got domain names ahead of time. And he was setting up for a war ahead of time. Why? Because he wanted it to increase his viewership. I haven't seen that worked. And he's still out there. But I know he lost a shit ton of viewers. No. The Daily Wire doesn't operate like other media companies because they realize to do what they do, they have to make money. You can't just do it out of altruism. There's very few people out there that are putting out content consistently in high quality that do it and don't get paid. Yours truly is one of them. I don't get fucking paid. And I hate bringing that up. I've been bringing it up for years. People, yeah, love your content, love your stuff. I don't get paid. You think this pays my mortgage? It doesn't. Think this pays my car payments? It doesn't. You think this pays for projects that I got going around the property and in my life? No, it doesn't. But I put in shit ton of hours. So when I see people like Crowder bitch, piss, and moan about the industry when he's milking it for all it's fucking worth, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. And it's not jealousy. Because you notice there's other big companies out there and big names out there. I'm not jealous of them. I care about the person's character. And Crowder is a lowly snake. He's a slimy douchebag son of a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, he is. So he played it and he's playing it off. Daily Wire. You know, another one out there, and I've spoken about this. The name that shall not be spoken, Candace Owens. Biggest fraud out there. Biggest fraud and grifter out there. She ain't a fucking conservative. Yeah, Candace Owens that backs Andrew Tate and a bunch of other people. Yeah, she's a real conservative. No, she's a grifter. Check to see who her husband is. Check to see who their inner circles are. Check to see her background. You'll find out she's playing y'all. A lot of people are playing y'all. Breitbart. We Be Breitbart on Instagram is one of their accounts. Breitbart. Bunch of scamming, grifting motherfuckers. They don't care about the truth. They care about working people up for views, clicks, and outrage. Because I watch their content. I read their content. Propaganda at best. You got to sift through. See, I sift through the propaganda on both the right and the left to glean kernels of truth. I tell you, there's a lot of talking heads out there on the right. You think Tucker Carlson? Yeah, he's a fucking clown too. I warned people about him. You watch. Especially when I saw him leave Fox and then saw the things that he was doing and saying. Stop and listen to what he says. Yeah, he'll say about 75% of the shit that's true. Watch out for that other 25 that is batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. He thought Russia was doing good because he went to fucking Moscow and looked at their grocery stores and then did a rough calculation of math and then applied that to what we make in the United States, not what they're making over in Russia. And because he missed all of the clues, like number one, that Moscow is a tourist trap. It is the jewel that you show the world. It ain't Russia. It's like, oh yeah, look at all this. We went grocery shopping. We get all of this. Look at how cheap the prices are. And then you go, hey, you find out and you go, oh gee. That grocery bill that would have cost us nothing cost their entire monthly pay for that one grocery outing. Because he didn't do the math. He didn't do any. He's a clown. Fox was the only thing keeping that guy in check. I thought that I liked him at first. And it's like, wait a minute here. He seems a little bit unhinged. Yeah, he's unhinged. Not nearly as smart as what people think he is. So you watch. You watch his allegiances. You watch what he's pushing. Same way with Breitbart. Biggest issue right now is the Speaker of the House. There's only a few people, a few Republicans that are causing a mess. And now the Democrats are backing him. Why? Because he's getting shit done. Well, why wouldn't they? They know that even if they replaced him with one of their own, they couldn't get shit done. The speaker's job is to make sure shit gets done. See, people are so short-sighted, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's selling out the United States. He's doing." It's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Is what's being done great? No, it's not. Got a lot of flaws. What if it wasn't getting done? What if it wasn't getting done? People would be screaming too. And we're in an election year. You're falling for this shit. Go ahead, take him out. Take him out. Try to replace him. See what the fuck happens. I did not oppose McCarthy being taken out. I had my reasons. And it sent a good message. Now is just outright stupidity. Marjorie Taylor Greene, shut the fuck up and sit down. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Massey, shut the fuck up. Normally agree with a lot of what Massey says. But see, Massey's a hardliner. Hardliners are easy to stay a hardliner when you're not worried about getting anything done. That you don't give a shit. And you can go, well, everybody should be like Massey. I would agree. But the problem is everybody isn't. And I'm sorry. Just agreeing with the Democrats and passing shit doesn't mean that it's a uniparty. We're a uni-fucking government. Yes, we have our parties and we have our system set up in opposition, but shit does get done. People are acting like the stuff that was passed. This is the first time we've ever passed anything. Oh my God, if the Republicans and the Democrats agree on something enough to pass it, my God, those must be rhinos by default. It's like, did you read the fucking bills, or did you just go to Breitbart and some of these other places and read the fucking headlines? I can tell you what the truth is, because a lot of the fucking people are going off the headlines and openly stating it. Openly stating it. Stop it. Read the fucking articles. That's why I tell when I write an article out there, do not do me the disservice of reading the headline in the first paragraph and then posting. Read the whole fucking thing. Because I guarantee that there's some nuggets in there that you may not have considered. Well, the difference between me and these other places are they count on you not knowing those nuggets. Me, I want you to see them. I'm not trying to hide shit from you. These places don't give a shit about you. They give a shit. The more the nation burns, the better for them. It's not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. And you think that's just a left side issue? Bullshit. The right's playing that game just as much as the left is. People aren't doing the fucking math. Do the math. Do the math. Who owns what power in the Senate and the House? What are the numbers? What can you get done? What won't get done? And now Republicans are going up. Not those in office, a few of those in office, but counting on the general public being so pissed off at everything that scorched earth is good enough for them. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. You wonder why? I'm sure those watching my show have seen issues pop up in their feed, and they probably wondered, why the fuck hasn't John said anything about this? Well, because I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back and watching this shit fucking get stoked. Get stoked. And people are going to get burned. And by people, I mean the American public. That's the whole thing. Putting all your eggs in one basket with Donald Trump. He's going to save the day. He ain't going to save shit. At best, he can prevent us from immediately flying off the cliff. But if you think he's going to do anything major when he gets into office, you just forgot about what he did the last time, which was nothing. Nothing. And I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. What I'm saying is his rhetoric and what he ran on versus what he did were completely fucking different. And people forget about this. You forgot about it. It was just 7 years ago. 7 years ago. 8 years ago, he was still running. 7 years ago, he went into office and proceeded to do nothing. Again, I prefer government that does nothing. But people are voting as if something's going to happen. They forget that the Republicans don't act like the Democrats do. And the Democrats know that too. The Democrats are just giggling their ass off while Republicans are starting to shoot themselves in the leg, cutting out the leg from their own freaking people in office. Because they don't care. Because they know, whatever. If people see this shit and they're pissed off and they don't vote for these clowns, you can call them clowns, they're going to lose their seat. And then the Democrats are going to do whatever the hell they want to do. Remember Obamacare? I mean, there's a bunch of shit that came down that it just happened because they had no opposition. Right now, the numbers are so damn close. Stop playing the fool. Understand the way politics is actually played in Washington, D.C. Understand that you need to get what you can get when you can get it. But I'm of the mind that a lot of these people, Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of her supporters, that I used to like, it's good to have these people around because they shake it up. It's good when they can be a voice to get people thinking. It's bad when they start cutting out the legs from their own party. And you can say rhinos all you want. What are you going to have? At this point, stop worrying about rhinos. Worry about still having the seats. Because we get rid of the ones that you think are rhinos, and granted some are, but you get rid of that and replace it with an outright Democrat? Oh, you think that's, again, cutting off your nose to spite your face. Stop it. It's foolish. It's foolish. Like I said, the world full of stupid people. Stupid people. Yes, voice your displeasure. Yes. But don't help your enemy destroy yourself. And you watch in the upcoming weeks. I told people this is going to be an interesting year because it's an election year. But it's not just an election year. It's an election year with a very volatile situation surrounding it. Tribalism is through the roof, with total disregard of facts, reality, or thinking past their anger and immediate move. I'm pissed off, so I'm good. Marjorie Taylor Greene, shut the fuck up, sit down. Massey, use your brain. You're a smart guy. Use your brain. Stop this. I don't know if Gates has opened up. I haven't seen anything. He might have. They're intelligent people. But they're like a Gatling gun. It's really good to have, but then if you put a fucking monkey behind it and he's just swinging and shooting in every direction, spinning around, yeah, you still got a Gatling gun, but you're just shooting the shit out of your own forces. That's what we got here. That's what we got here. You need to be smarter than that. It's another reason I can't get into politics. I can't play those games. Bless people who can actually do it. And I understand, and what a lot of people don't understand is when you're in those games, there is shit that you got to do that you don't want to do. Why? Because it's chess. It's true chess. You got to think 3, 4, 5, 6 moves down. We got all of these media outlets and they're stirring people up. Read their comments and it's like, holy shit, you people are a bunch of fucking morons. Morons. You believe your biases and your own bigotry will just gobble up and feed the fuel the fire of your anger, as long as it sides with what you want to think. Damn the consequences. That's childish. Which, thank God, that's why the founding fathers did not set up our country as a democracy. It set it up to prevent wild swings, to create stability, and to protect the nation from both politicians and fucking stupid people. Here we are. Here we are. Again. Again. And it's going to get worse, folks. They need to nuke that fucking challenge rule. Just get rid of it. Oh, if only one person. Stop it. That is stupid. What the fuck were you thinking getting that in there? That was stupid. Nobody thinks. Nobody thinks. Oh, but Johnson, he has to be bad. It's proof that he's bad because the Democrats are backing him. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like I said, people aren't thinking. They're not chess players. They're pigeons playing checkers. Not even understanding the rules of checkers. Thinking that they're Bobby Fischer. You're not. You're stupid. You think that because the Democrats are backing the Speaker of the House, who is a Republican, that proves it's a uniparty and he's really a Democrat. You're a fucking idiot. Plain and simple. You're not thinking this through. You're not thinking it through. Again, if they replace him with another Republican, let's say, they're able to do that. Nobody wants the job. People have even stated it. Don't want it. Former speakers of the House have gotten up and said, it's an undoable job now. Things have gotten so toxic. People don't understand what the real position of the job is. I think that the best person should be an outside person. Have somebody that's not involved in politics. And it can be done. Pick somebody from the outside who is not a sitting member of the Senate or Congress. Have them do it. That way, it's a sacrificial position where neither side gets hammered like the current speaker is getting hammered. Because people are stupid. They don't understand what the job is. And like I said, okay, they replace him with another Republican. Same thing's going to happen. Why? The job's the same. The job is the same. Oh, he got these things passed and we didn't like it. You do realize that it's like 1 or 2 votes difference between Democrat and Republican. And it still passed, right? That means a shit ton of Republicans were passing it too. That's what the same thing is. Oh, governor signed this into law. What a great governor. Governor didn't draft the law. Everybody pats the governor on the back. And I've tried to point this out all the time. Yes, good job. But the governor didn't draft it. The governor isn't in charge of legislation. The governor can direct agendas, yes. But they don't write and pass it to get it on their desk. You know, like, learn the system, folks. Good governor. Yeah. DeSantis, been signing in a bunch of good shit lately. Yeah, good job. DeSantis didn't fucking write it. He didn't draft it. He didn't put it on his own desk and sign it. He's not the emperor. The legislators did that. The legislature did that. Thank the Republicans in the legislature of Florida, because without them, it would not have gotten to his desk. Remember what I said? People are fucking stupid, and I'm tired of stupid people. Oh my God, John, why are you saying that? You know you're going to piss off the people who follow your content. I hope I don't. I hope the people who follow my content aren't stupid fucking people. Yeah, I hope not. And they should be able to hear the truth in my words. More so since I don't get paid to fucking say them. Wish I did. Wish I did. Wish I did. But the way I look at it, somebody's got to say something. Somebody's got to say the truth. Somebody's got to say it. And hopefully some people will hear it. Back to the speakership. Next Republican they put in there is going to face the same thing, and the outcomes are not going to be any different. If the Democrats get the speakership, which is likely they can install somebody because they have the votes. They can install somebody of their own. And then the Republicans, they just have to just not agree with anything, but then still what? It's you're still in the same boat. They're going to be demonized. It's like, man, nobody's thinking about the game, about the rules, about the future, about what's going on, what will go on, what should go on. The Republicans don't have enough seats to play games. They're this close, this fucking close to losing any ability to oppose the Democrats. And we already know what happens. When the Republicans get a clear majority, they do nothing. They don't even correct shit. They do nothing. When the Democrats have a clear majority, they fuck our nation up. Because they don't care. They have loyalty and teamwork is what they have. So you can bitch, piss, and moan about them, but at least they got that shit right. They're not squabbling amongst themselves. They're not cutting each other's legs out from underneath each other. Yeah, the Republicans. What are they doing? Well, a handful of them are going, fuck it, I'm going to burn the whole house down. And they don't care. You think that they care about our country when that's what they're doing? You want to take a principled stand on something? Take it. Don't have a problem. Massey tends to take a principled stance on things, and he votes accordingly. Great. But when it comes to him in the speakership and him opening up his mouth, he needs to keep it shut. Just vote the way you're going to vote. Because he's damn well smart enough. I can't believe that he's not, to understand what the hell is going on here. But you get the mob whipped up out there, and the mob doesn't care. The mob doesn't care if the city burns. They just want their anger expressed, their vengeance splayed out for the world to see. That's what the left does. Don't do it. Don't do it. And we've got a handful of people in the Republican Party, and that's what they're doing, stoked by the media that makes more money when everybody is outraged. They're outraged. Oh, this is horrible. Get the ropes. Knowing damn well that the general public ain't going to do things. How do I know? Because the people on the right let cities burn for 2 years. They let it burn. Did nothing about it. Let the left do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Did nothing about it. The people on the right wore masks, took the jab, bitch, pissed, and moan as government shut down their businesses. And they did nothing about it. Nothing. So was the cowboy pissed off? Yeah, just a little bit pissed off. You did nothing. What did I do? I stood up and I said no. I severed business ties. Said no, not doing it. You're not getting another fucking dime of mine for the rest of my life. You want to play these games. Everybody else forgets, whatever. Yeah, somebody made you wear a mask, told you to leave their store if you didn't wear a mask. You either put a mask on Or you just went back after the mask mandate was there. No, I didn't. I didn't. Got to wear your mask. Didn't put on a mask once. Do this, do that. No, not doing it. Not fucking doing it. Put out article and article. Copious amounts on the truths and the facts of the matter. Had my social media hit hard. Hard. I still haven't recovered from it. I put my money where my mouth is. I walk what I say. We got a whole nation of people getting all pissed off and riled, and they're gonna force any seats that they had supposedly representing them out because they're pissed off of what's going on now. They're going to hand this country over to the Democrats. Oh, it's okay because Donald Trump's going to get elected. Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and think that. You go ahead and think, yeah, will he be elected? I'm sure he is. I'm telling you, be prepared for a whirlwind anyways, and I've already warned against this. No matter what the election outcome is, there's going to be hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay. You heard it here. But you think he's going to do something? Bless your heart. Bless your heart. All the while, Trump making this about, acting like he's some sort of a freaking martyr. He's not. Most of Trump's problems came because Trump couldn't keep his mouth shut. It's that simple. Excuse me. It said Trump just couldn't keep his mouth shut. Making enemies right, left, and center. He didn't care. Because all Trump cares about is he's the one in the spotlight. Now, can that be good? Was he the right man for the job? I don't think he was the right man for the job. He was better than the alternatives. I understood what he was. He was a hired hand, but he was a hired hand that at worst, aside from his rhetoric, he governed moderate. He was a non-issue. My goodness. People don't think. They don't think. I'm pissed off now. So I'm just going to do, let's get rid of these rhinos, those fucking rhinos. It's a uniparty. It's like, man, you're not even seeing the picture. You have no idea. You have no idea what it takes to govern. You have no idea what happens in D.C. Hey, Peggy. Welcome to the show. I'm fired up. It's like, yeah, okay, don't like this. People are acting like this is the first time anything has been passed that we didn't like. Oh, my God. Oh, the world's going to come to an end. Oh, there is no justice anymore. There's nothing. It's like, stop it. Stop it. My goodness. Really? Did you just start following the vote counts and what's been passed yesterday? Yeah, because they got a 5-second memory, and all they do is they listen to Breitbart and all these other places that all they care about is whipping you up into a frenzy. Because the more they can whip you up, the more money they can make, and the more views to their content, which makes them more money. And it's like, you don't make money if you tell it like it is, because you're going to piss off everybody. And the truth is people are fucking stupid. I've had it. I've had it. I busted my ass. I busted my ass for decades. Trying to get people to pull their heads from their asses. And it's like they just love the warmth, the comfort, and the smell, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some things that I like to do. I'm going to do photography. I'm going to get back out on the water. I may or may not film a lot of the stuff. Fuck it. If I do, great. If not, whatever. Whatever. Watch people scream, bitch, piss, and moan and stomp their feet over shit and bound determined to act like the petulant little children that we all have said the left are and that we know. And I've warned people, the right's just as bad. You just wait. You just watch. And here we are. Folks are quiet out there. They're like, I don't want him shooting at me. No, it's like, no. Just people need to stop. Think. Stop being led around by rings in their noses like a bunch of ignorant bulls. Not even bulls. They're sheeple. They're sheeple. They think that because they're the black sheep that they're not sheeple. You're still freaking sheeple. You're not thinking. You're being led around, letting talking heads and media outlets stir you up into a frenzy. Over what? Over what? These last spending bills that they chopped them up into separate spending bills, which is what everybody said they wanted anyways, and he got done. Oh, because they weren't perfect. Of course they're not going to be perfect. Holy hell. Were you born yesterday? Of course they're not going to be perfect. The chances of a perfect spending bill out there is virtually none. The chances of any perfect bill of any kind being passed is virtually none. There's going to be some good and there's going to be some bad. And you just hope for less of the bad, more of the good. And people get all pissed off. Yeah, I'm going to get pissed off. Why? 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 Aside from assisting the left and the Democrats, totally undercut any chance that we have of being able to fuck passing, to be able to even prevent bad things from passing. Jesus. Laurel says, I can't watch the news or listen to anyone on the national level. I literally want to see your spin on it. So far, you've nailed it. Yeah. Been doing it for decades. People haven't learned. It's like, hey, all these people are saying this. John, what do you think? Fucking ask me. I could be wrong. Chances are I'm not. I have no allegiance to anything but the truth, logic, and rationale. That's it. And people just don't. They'd rather get worked up over shit. I've said this before. If there's a topic, everybody out there is talking about it, and I haven't even mentioned it. But this latest upheaval, I had to say something. I wasn't going to weigh in because I figured there's nothing to weigh in, but they won't. The talking heads won't stop. The media outlets won't stop because they're bound and determined. I figured, okay, give it a week and it'll blow away. This shit ain't blowing away. It's getting stoked. And the people on the right are falling for it. You're falling for it. And there's talking heads and media outlets on the right, so they claim. And so they claim to have your best interest in mind. They don't. They have their own frickin' best interest in mind. How many people out there, okay, folks listen to the show now, how many people out there have heard a single media outlet or talking head personality say what I said? I know one that sort of just touched on it. Sort of. But how many others? Fucking spin. Spin, 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 spin. No, fuck the spin. Let's talk about reality. Has Dan Bongino pointed any of this shit out? Don't know. I don't follow his stuff. I tell people, stop sending me Dan's stuff. Dan tends to talk about what I talk about a week to 2 weeks and sometimes longer after I already said it. He just has more exposure. Peggy says few and far between. Right, and they should all be saying it. Every last one of them. Especially if they're quote-unquote independent, like me, they should all be saying the truth. And the truth is, you're getting played. And you're getting played by people who you trust not to play you. Laurel says, I no longer listen to Dan Bongino. Yeah. I used to check his stuff out. It's whatever. Different strokes for different folks. I know his biases. I know his history. I know his style. That's fine. But like I said, he'd say the same. It's like I'd lay out articles. I'd put it out in podcasts. And then 2 weeks later, I'd get a link into his latest show. Hey, John, look at this. Well, number one, I got to listen to his whole damn podcast on 3 times speed because I don't have the time to listen to somebody who's doing the same thing I do. Just to find what the part that it was like, oh, okay. So he said what I said. I don't need to watch some other talking head validate what I say. I don't get my news from them. I don't get my news from them. I don't get my information from them. I don't need to listen to them to validate my views. My views are my views, and it's the truth. It's great that these people are out there, but they're not what people think they are a lot of times. All of the commentators and all of the media outlets from the right needs to be squashing this horse shit that's happening right now, and they're not. They're not. They're stoking it with misdirecting headlines, just like the left does, and then arranging the articles into a giant shit soup meant to push their views and to stoke anger instead of going, yeah, we can be upset about this, but it's part of the game. It's part of the process. We do the best that we can, and we don't have the numbers. And like I said, the thing that pisses me off more about that is even if we did, let's say we had a sizable majority. In other words, both veto proof and what we vote for is going to pass. They still wouldn't do anything because the Republicans love to scream and pound their fist when they're not in a position to do something. And then when they are in a position to do something, they don't do it. The Democrats love to pound and scream, bitch, piss, and moan when they're in a position not to do something. And then when they are in a position to do something, they burn the fucking house down. You see the difference? Like, oh, man. So the best we can hope for is enough of a majority to stop the worst things from happening. But there's going to be things that both sides agree on. Anyone who thinks that there is never a time that the Democrats and the Republicans are ever going to agree on something, and if they do, it's because the Republicans are just rhinos, you're stupid. You're stupid. And you're ignoring everything in our nation's history. You don't know how the system works. You don't understand it. We've gotten to us again. This is the polarization game. You can't agree on anything. Nothing. The water's lukewarm. Radicals on the right's going, the Democrats said it's lukewarm. It's gotta be boiling hot. How dare you agree with them? The radicals on the left are going, it's ice. The water's ice. How dare you agree with the Republicans? No, it's lukewarm. Sometimes the water is lukewarm. Yes, there are people on both sides that can realize, yeah, the water's lukewarm. But again, you can't agree on the color of shite. Can no agree on the color of shite. Movie reference. Braveheart. Can no agree on the color of shite. And that's where we're at. Everybody's screeching and pounding. And this only helps the Democrats. It does not help the right. Because the Democrats thrive in chaos. They thrive on grievance and claimed victim status. This is what the Democrats do. And now the folks on the right's doing the same damn thing, and the media outlets on the right, supposed right, are doing the same damn things. I say, oh my God. Andrew would be rolling in his grave if he saw what the fuck has happened to his media outlet. Ooh. People come and leave the show tonight. I guess I'm a little too fiery. Too fiery for folks. Too fiery tonight. How's the volume and everything out there? Laurel? Laurel's my sound checker. She checks. I don't know if Gus has made the show. If you're out there, Gus. Hey, Gus. Hey, Gus. It's like, I'll keep my fucking head down. Laurel says, sounds good. Awesome. Gus had visitors all week. I haven't bothered him. The missus is on vacation. Yay. She went on vacation. Friday was her last day, so she get, the work week and then the 2 weekends. So what's that? 11 days total. May drive her up one of these days, going up to Lincoln, have some Black Mountain Burger Company burgers. She'd mentioned that earlier. She's like, oh. So I wish they delivered. Peggy says, I don't think you're too fired up. I just want people to wake up. Yeah, I wish they would. I really wish they would. Man, they don't. And the problem is we're going into an election cycle where at best we get somebody with an R on their name in the White House. Yes, and I'm very specific in how I say that. But that would govern at least moderate, which is better than it is now. That's great. But we could lose a shit ton of seats in the House and the Senate. And what good would that do? You need both. You need both. So stop trying to cut off your nose to spite your face because you didn't like how some decisions have come down. How's about working behind the scenes to make sure they don't? The Republicans are not in a position of power. 49 to 50 is not a fucking position of power. It's not, we got the majority. All it takes is one person to flip. You just 2, 3 to flip. Because that's the same way in reverse. When the Democrats have that slim of a majority, all you need to do is stop a couple of them. And you can do that. So don't be rocking the boat. Don't be playing all. You think you're freaking Rambo of the legislature. You're not. It doesn't work like that. Stop it. Don't, no. You don't like the way you don't. This is what the Republicans are doing. There's a few in the party, and again, they're being supported and stoked by talking heads online and media groups on both sides. They don't like the way the ship is going. They don't like the direction it's going. So instead of doing what they can to persuade and to help change the course, they're just going to start drilling holes in the bottom of the fucking ship. Stop it. Doesn't get you what you think it's going to get you. Oh, get some headlines. Get some headlines. The making of the sausage is messy. I don't want to do it. I would do it if it was not a personal grudge match. And that's all it's come to. I don't want myself, my family, and those I care about dragged through the mud. And that's exactly what happens in politics now. Go back to the days of dueling? Yeah, we'll duel. We'll duel. You want to get personal? Let's get personal. If not, let's stick to the issue and get shit done. Or not done. But the American people need to wake up. Yes, the right is pissed off. The right has every justifiable reason to be pissed off. I got it. But you ain't going to win fighting like this. You got to be smarter than that. And more so in a time, the Democrats are bleeding. They are bleeding. They're already switching sides and saying they're going to vote for Trump for president. Don't take that, though, as an indication that when it comes time, the midterms come, and they start voting for their freaking senators, that they're not going to, senators and Congress people, that they're going to vote the exact same way they have all along, because the races are going to be different then. Stop playing into their hands. Keep your party strong. Even in disagreement, keep your party strong. People are stupid, irrational, scared, angry, petulant. And that's not determined by their social and political position. It's determined by their humanity. Stop it. Be better than that. Be better than that. Laura says emotional. Yes. Yes, coming, John, you're emotional. Yes, I am. I am an extremely can't think of the word. It's late. I am passionate. Here we go. I am passionate. I am passionate. And it bothers me to see people being so stupid. So stupid. Stop it. Be smarter. Again, if you got a question, ask me. Ask me. Shoot me off a message. John, what do you think? I'll let you know. It's bullshit. Don't get involved. Yes, you need to worry about this. No, you don't need to worry about that. What I'm worried about now is people being dragged around like bleeding sheep. Bleating sheep, not bleeding. Bleating, the T. Bleating. They think they're fucking lions. You ain't a lion. Again, lion. What'd you do during the whole COVID thing? And I'll tell you whether you're lying. Peggy says, I spent a lot of time telling Dems that I understand why they fell for the touchy-feely rhetoric of 2020, but they can't stand that they were better off 4 years down the road. Yeah. I don't even try to convince the Dems anymore. I don't. My counsel is for sane, logical people who truly care. Yeah, I get emotions. That's fine. That's fine. I'm the daddy. I'll try to be less emotional about things. You need the mama. Yeah, by all means, you need the mama. But you need the daddy. The daddy keeps things back. So I said this before. We got a nation of women out of control and women mentality out of control. We've swung the opposite way. No, you don't need an iron fist on everything, but you damn well need the masculine. You need things back on the rails. Back on the rails. They've ignored the rational. Oh, got to go for the touchy-feely. That's why almost every issue on the left involves just being angry and being a victim, and I don't feel right, and I feel like I'm being oppressed. Oppressed? You live in the United States of America. United States of America. The place where people will risk their entire freaking everything to get here and live in our country. Oppressed. Stop it. Speaking of that, last week they caught 600-700 Chinese trying to enter through the southern border. I told you folks about that shit. Guess what? And they were all fighting age males. Yeah. Told you about that shit. We got African immigrants, asylum seekers. They know damn well they don't come from countries that have any legitimate claim for asylum. In New York City, bitch pissing and moaning because they're not getting green cards. They're not getting the food that they want. They don't live in the housing that they think that they should be living in. Why the fuck didn't you stay in your home country and fix it? Fix it. Instead of come here, bitch, piss, and moan. We should go, okay, how's about a number one, you don't deserve a goddamn thing. But number two, you're going to bitch about it? Back on the boat. Get the fuck out. I say they shouldn't be here in the first place. Oh, it's xenophobic. I post about that. Not wanting your country, and that's the claims they were making too. Oh, this country is xenophobic. It's not xenophobic to not want your country overrun by invading peoples from other countries. They don't give a shit about your country. It's not xenophobic. Oh, you come from Ghana? What would you think about being flooded with a bunch of Germans? Bunch of French, bunch of Irish, bunch of Italians. What would you think about that? What if Americans just said, fuck it, I don't want to live in the United States anymore, and they just flooded into some African country? Just flooded in and say, feed me, house me. How would they like that? Oh, you racist. How dare you? How dare you not want a bunch of us white people in your country? This has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It has to do with you got no claim to that to be there. You got no claim to their resources. They'd call it colonization. And you know what? I wouldn't argue with them. But it's different when they do it to us. Shut the fuck up. And get the fuck out of my country. Oh, but we have a legal immigration system. We do. We take in the most immigrants of any nation on earth. Legally. Legally. We can't just take. We just can't take 10 million people from around the world who don't give a shit about our country. And least not care enough to follow our rules to get here. Are you kidding me? You want somebody moving into your backyard, moving into your spare bedroom, and their first act is to break the lock on your door, come in, and rape your wife and children. Is that what you want? Well, that's what's happening to our country. Caring. Stop it. The United States is the most caring nation on earth to a fault, and it's having that turned against them as a weapon. Call me a racist. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh, you call me a racist. Whatever. You're a xenophobe. Yeah, fuck you. You're an asshole. No. We're a nation of immigrants. Fair enough. Fair enough. But it was legal immigrants. Oh, you asked the Native Americans. That was in the age of conquest and expansion. If you can't tell the difference between the age of conquest and expansion, and then when we have solidified borders and a new nation here, and the concept of legal immigration, you're a fucking moron. We've kind of established that already earlier in the show. But yeah, as I posted up, for the Democrats to try to pass off illegal immigration and invasion as if it was just immigration and we're a nation of immigrants is like a defense attorney for a serial rapist going, but sexual intercourse is what keeps our species alive. So therefore, yeah, it's the same thing. Same exact thing. One is consensual and has its limits, and the other is not. Is not. I play these freaking games. Crazy. Just crazy. Oh, we're only an hour in. My belly's upset. So, yeah, you heard it first. Some of this stuff you'll be seeing come up on my page, probably, my Facebook account, as I slide it in, as I get just annoyed. I don't know what's coming up this week. Like I said, I'm going to cater to the missus and see what she wants to do. I'm just tired and ignored. Tired and frustrated. It makes me angry seeing the ignorance and stupidity out there. It's like, man, it's for our side to lose, and they're doing everything they can to lose it. It's like, you bunch of idiots. Idiots. My goodness. I don't know, folks. And like I said, there's too many people out there not willing to speak the truth because they're worried it's going to come back and bite them. And so I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. Then you got other people out there and media groups that it's how they get their viewership. Let's stoke the fires. It's like, man, and people just buy it hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because it fits their biases. They're already pissed off, so let's stoke it and say, no, slow down, stop. This is a ploy. This is a game. Jesus, you're falling for it. Stop it. And these media groups, they don't care. Why? Because even if the country burns to the ground, they benefit from it because then they talk about that. They talk about that. If the Democrats get into power, all the better. Hey, just turn their guns away from the Republicans, which is supposed to be on their side. Turn the guns away from them and start blasting away at the Democrats. And people fall for it, and they fall for it. Jesus. My goodness. Goodness gracious. They fall for it. Gus, you listening? Oh. Pat says, who could watch CNN, MSNBC? Not in this house. Yeah, but it's not even them anymore. That's the same thing. That's what I told people about it. I tried to warn people about Candace Owens, and they just swallowed that shit. Fox News. Oh, they're conservatives' choice. Only because they're less left-leaning than the rest. Anyone who thought, I warned people from day one, Fox News is not conservative media. It's at best middle of the road. That seems to the right, given everybody else is so far off in the left. But Fox News is not a conservative, place to... They're just like everybody else. My God. Someone speaks a little bit of common sense and you think, oh, well, they're on the right. No. Excuse me, Megyn Kelly, the same thing. Oh, Megyn Kelly. There's a reason why she wasn't on Fox News anymore. And she ain't as conservative as people think she is either. She's not. Listen to her stuff. That's fine. Don't think that they're anything but what they really are. And it used to be, like I said, it used to be right, left, center, whatever. Most people agreed on the vast majority of everything. It was just the fringe issues that they had differing opinions on. So don't be surprised if somebody that's not on the right agrees with you on something. Doesn't make them on the right. Stop falling for Tulsi Gabbard. Stop falling for Tulsi Gabbard. I've been warning about this shit. I warned about this shit when she jumped ship from the Democrat Party to begin with. And now she's been cozying up and, quote unquote, changing her stance on issues. Yeah, she's doing it because she wants to remain politically relevant. Pat says even News Nation sucks. They all suck. I haven't found a single one where I go, damn, they're consistently getting it right. This is the way I react to every single media outlet out there exactly the same way. It's propaganda. So I search the wide berth of them all and go, what are the facts that I can glean from all of them? These are all the facts. Stop the spin. What are all the facts? And then I can present that to folks and go, this is what's really happening. Hell, used to be AP News. You can go, AP News is horrible, horrible, horrible. News Nation, all of them, Fox News, you name it. They're all horrible. I posted up a meme the other week, this last week. I think it was this last week. I posted up every couple years. I pointed out that the worst lies are constructed from truth, from facts. The worst lies are constructed from facts. And that's what they all do. They all get, these are all the facts out there, okay, and they weed these facts that they don't need in this fact out, and they just take these and then they construct a story to fit the facts. It's like when you're watching they call it reality TV. It's not. It's unscripted. It's not reality. Ain't nothing real about it. It's unscripted. They go, this is what we basically want you to do. Start acting the fool. We'll film it. And then they take all of the facts. It's everything you see happened. Everything you see happened. But they slice and dice it to create a story that's not what happened. And we find out time and time again from past guests on these shows, or participants of these shows. And they go, yeah, but that's not what really, yeah, that happened, but that's not what happened. Well, no shit. They just need raw facts to create a lie that's going to be entertaining for people. And that's what media outlets do. Slice and dice a bunch of facts to present something that's not true. And that's all the best propaganda from the beginning of time, from the first time that a propaganda artist worked their magic. They wove their web of hogwash. It used facts. Otherwise, people don't swallow it. People don't swallow it. But they'll eat the shit out of propaganda. More so propaganda that they think is just unbiased news. It's like, no. Here's how you can tell it's propaganda. And it comes from again, all directions. If you're watching a news story or reading an article and they start to spin a story and they start directing you to who the good guy and the bad guy is, it's propaganda. If the story goes, police showed up at 4th and 31st Street, or Oak and 31st Street. X happened. This is what the person did, or is claimed to do. This is what the witnesses saw. This is what happened. More news tomorrow. That's not propaganda. That's just news. It's but when they poor Billy, and then they show some fucking picture from a high school event. Poor little Billy, great guy, called his mother, cared for his mother. Could have been an NBA star, had a bright future. You know you're going for a ride. You know you're going for a ride. Police fired 91 shots in 41 seconds. Okay. Is that relevant? Oh, you mean the guy got pulled over, failed to obey police officers, rolled up his limo tinted window, continuing to fail to obey the officers, pulled out a gun he had and emptied his entire damn magazine at police officers. And of course, the ones that were there just unloaded on his ass. See, thems are the facts. That's not a story. That's not propaganda. Them are the facts. And some of you may know, hey, that's a fact of something that just happened. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it just did. Pat says now in Minnesota. And that shit happens all the time. It's like, let's lead the story, poison the well, create the narrative, and then bad police for, it's like, really, have you ever been shot at? And you've got a handful of officers and they're all being shot at and they're all trying to stop the threat. That, the problem is the fact that he got pulled over for a seatbelt violation. You know what? I have never, to include when I was speeding well above the speed limit. I had a reason for doing it, but I was speeding well above the speed limit. I was trying to get someplace before not my father, but another family member, before they carted her away. She had died. So I was trying to get there, and I was quite a ways away. So yeah, I was speeding well above the speed limit, safely on a highway. Never got shot. Never got shot. Imagine that. Never had 5, 6, 7, 8 officers there unloading on me. Funny how that, it's because you were white, John. No, it had nothing to do with the color of my skin. It had to do everything with my actions. Number one, I didn't fucking pull out my gun and start shooting at police. How's about that? That's a good start. Media ignoring that the guy, show his high school. He was 27 years old. Showing his high school picture. It's like, stop it. Stop it. Again, propaganda. Got to weed through the propaganda for the facts. It's a shame. It gets tiresome. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So here I am, ranting away. Ranting away. Gonna change things? Don't know. Don't know. I'm still here. I'll still put out some content. I'll do it. I know I bitch. Yeah, I could shut down right now and it wouldn't affect my finances one bit. Speaking of that, God, I posted up the other day about it. It just chaps my ass. Are we going through hard financial times? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Everybody acts like this is the first time we've ever done it. Stop and think about it. You probably experienced quite a few in your lifetime. And you probably, if you think more, it's like, was it because of who was in office? Probably not. Probably not. Yes, some things are better and some things are worse. Yes, guaranteed, we tend to be better when there's a Republican in office. That tends to be the case. But when there's a Democrat in office, my life has never gone to shit. My life hasn't gone to shit. My finances have always revolved around stuff that didn't hinge anything on that. And if you have to, like, let's say you were gonna, you're used to spending X amount of money on groceries, and now you got to spend, say, 50% more, and you can't cover it. You were living beyond your means. You didn't know it. You were living beyond your means, and if you can't readjust. And this is for the average person. Most people, the average person, look, it's not. We all can give examples of people's lives crashing around them, and usually it has to do with a hell of a lot more than just the financial status of the nation, the economy. It has to do with a lot more things going on. But people play politicians. The media plays political parties against people. Yeah, it's a good strategy. Are you better off today than you were yesterday? Great strategy. Great. And I understand it, and you get votes, and that's great. But the simple truth is, if you can't pay your mortgage now, Peggy says on that, the crickets on that detail. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't suddenly buy groceries now, if you can't buy gas now, it has absolutely nothing to do with Biden. Because we all had to tighten our belts. I can put gas in the tank. I can pay my mortgage. I can pay my electric bill. Like I posted up, people got what they want to do is they want the unlimited data plan. They want the new TV. They want the new computer. They want the new car. They want to live in the best place possible. They want all of that. But then they don't really want to pay for it. Peggy says, please read the former story. Please read the former story. Which one are you talking about? Crickets on that detail. What does that? Which story are you talking about? We talked about this too. About the you're on food stamps and public housing and shit like that, and you're getting better cuts of beef than me. You're buying soda. You're buying all this other stuff. It's like, oh, and then people go, oh, but even poor people don't deserve shit. They don't deserve a damn thing. Above the last comment, you're talking about what's happening in Minnesota right now. Another police chase. 1 dead, southern Minnesota. 2 in custody. 3 injured. Is that what you're talking about? No, the NM. New Mexico? What are you? You're gonna you're gonna have to be a little more specific here. Sorry. I'm not following you, Peggy. No, I don't want to update. I don't want to restart right now. Stop it. 5 comments up. Minnesota. News Nation. Yeah, you're going to... Look, Peggy, all the comments up there are a sentence long, and they're very vague. You're going to have to spell it out for me. What are you talking about? 5 comments out. Don't tell me 5 comments up. Tell me what you're talking about, and then I'll talk about it. What are you talking about? Donna's is already breaking up, you guys. Kiss my ass, Donna. No, it's just, I can't, I am more than happy to talk about whatever. It's just, I just need to know what she's talking about. 5 comments out. Even News Nation sucks, and exactly now in Minnesota. That's the only thing she said. Says, I posted about a woman in New Mexico, called the police on her. Yeah, that's... I don't see that post. Does anybody else see that post? Okay, let me read her comment. I posted about a woman in New Mexico who called the police on her boyfriend, and the media said that the cops wouldn't take his guns. Well, I hope the fuck they didn't take his guns. I'm not Pat. Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry, Peggy. Not Pat. Stop it, Pat. Stop instigating by not saying anything. It's Peggy. Peggy was saying, Peggy. Yeah, I don't, does anybody else see the post about that she was talking about? It's not coming up in my list here. There's Laurel's. Yeah, it's not. It's not coming up. Yeah, I have no idea about the case. Yeah, see, Judy didn't see it either. Donna says that you're talking about red flag laws. Yeah, it's generally how they work. It's generally how they work. And I have no idea what their red flag laws are in their state, but they're illegal. Florida has used their red flag laws more than any other nation in the country. Everybody talks about how great they are. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Okay, Donna didn't see it either. Yeah, it didn't come up. Sorry about that, Peggy. And sorry about that, Pat, for calling you out, and it wasn't even you. It wasn't even you. Well, it's both P's. Pat and Peggy. But yeah, we did the I don't think the comment posted. But yeah, because somebody calls the cops for whatever, that just pisses me off. It's all, hey, somebody called and we're coming to investigate. Okay, now determine whether there's a crime. Well, we need your ID. No, you don't. No, you don't. Did you get the ID of the person that was making the claim? No? Get the fuck out of here. We need to investigate a crime. No. You got to determine that you have to think that there was a crime that had been committed, is about to be was committed, is being committed, or about to be committed. Then you can get my ID. If those three aren't there in the vast majority of states, no, you don't get my ID. Or we need to fill out report, then put John Doe. John Doe chose not to identify. No crime had been committed, is being committed, or will be committed. End of freaking story. Carry on your day. She says, I'm sorry, my feed says it posted. Anyway, New Mexico law says that a judge had to sign off on it first. Yeah, as well it should. But what gets me is the judges shouldn't be able to just sign on it. The same way as like if you get a restraining order. Just because there's a restraining order out for you should not mean that you then have to give up your firearms. Wrong. No. Red flag laws, they just throw that out the window. Donna says so much swatting going on now. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, Peggy, that's weird. It didn't post it. I didn't see it. The other gals didn't see it. Weird. Gus does that sometimes, but he types in naughty stuff, so the filter grabs it. And that might have been it. You might have posted something that got the filter. I don't know. I have the basic filter on. It's supposed to just, take out like swear words or something like that and spam. But yeah, due process. No. Yeah, and I can imagine. Now let me get this straight. Peggy says, I'm just mad that the media spun this story too. I'll bet. Now, I didn't know the story. Let's see if I get it right. The media is making it seem as if the police refused to take the guns away from a dangerous person and thus are going to enable him to do something bad, and they should be able to take it away, right? Is that how the media is spinning it? Because if a woman just calls the police, again, I'm not familiar with the story. If a woman just calls the police, right, she goes, yes. If a woman just calls the police and says, my husband, my ex-boyfriend, my current boyfriend, whatever, he's made threats against me and he's got guns and he's going to hurt me, they can't just go in and take your shit. You can't just take any accusation and then the police just act on it. Doesn't work like that. Now, are they going to go investigate? Yeah, they're going to go and investigate. Good on them. Somebody made a claim about an actual crime. Go and investigate. And then they find out what happened. And if no crime has been committed, they can't do anything. Even if they think that a crime has been committed, they can't just suddenly do whatever the fuck they want to. There's certain rules and regulations. There's things they can and can't do. Like the number one thing is if the guy actually committed a crime, arrest him. You don't have to take shit. You took him. And you put him in jail. And if it's a credible threat, deny him bail. But you damn well better make sure that it was a credible threat. You better have more than just a he said, she said. There's no need for red flag laws either, because we already have things in the system to take care of that. If you think that somebody is such a danger to themselves and the public that their firearms need to be taken away, you got enough reason to get them hospitalized. And you didn't touch the guns. Damn power play shit, and then stop using the police as your personal muscle. Going to get police hurt because they're going to come up against the wrong man. Same way we're using security. Told the story of the hospital. It's like, you're going to call security on me? Oh, you better bring your biggest and baddest, because somebody's going to get hurt if you're going to press the issue. Don't be doing that shit, because I'm not going to do anything that's going to require that. So don't be using it against me. Stop it. Crazy. Yeah, I hadn't heard that story, but it doesn't surprise me. You said that one, New Mexico? Yeah, New Mexico. Let's see what here. Oh, was that Albuquerque? This is in March 6, 2024. Albuquerque Police Department says Ortiz refused to meet with detectives after he was told over the phone that the red flag order was in place. Man who fired guns while under New Mexico's red flag laws. Let's see here. Yeah, that's 2024. That's the only thing that came up on here. New Mexico is not what it used to be. I think my story was further back. Yeah, a bunch of those types of stories had come up. That's why I didn't. There's another one. Wife begs police not to leave her. Husband tells the police, blah, blah, blah. Wife begs police not to leave her. Husband tells the police, my firearms are loaded and ready to go. She's fine until I kill her. Well, in that case, they should have hauled him away, but I'm sure that they did. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a bunch of different stories. I'd have to go into each one. Again, judging, you get the blurb and you get the headline. It's like, well, there's usually more to that. But yeah. Yeah. I had considered New Mexico for a little while as a possible place. I had a beautiful state. I love that high desert look. It's rugged. Logistically, it's not as good as what I'd need. And y'all know me. John's a logistics kind of guy. Yeah, it's about logistics. Yeah. There's a November 2023. Hey, Gus. She felt like she was in danger. Said there was weapons in the home. Blah, blah, blah. Later on, she was killed. But, yeah, police just can't take guns. They can't take guns. Gosh, you missed the fire. I was raining down fire and brimstone. It's a bit of on a rant. It was one of those things. Man, my stomach is just all acting up right now. I don't know what it is. I was about ready to call it short because I got some things happening. He says, oh boy, sorry. No, you'll have to go back in and watch the show from the beginning. It's, yeah. But I think I should. I gotta tell you folks, I'm getting a call. And it doesn't usually happen. I usually suffer through things if I have to, but I'm getting a call. So I'm going to shut it down. Sorry, Gus. I was about ready to shut it down, and you showed up. I'm gonna have to watch it from the beginning. Yeah, sorry, Peggy, and then sorry, Pat. I got the names mixed up, Pat and Peggy, and then whatever your post never showed up. So I was like, holy shit. I can't. I don't know what it. Gus has done the same thing. It's like, it's right up there. It's like, no, it's not. It's not up there. It's not up there. That's why I count on you folks. Let me know. Am I missing something? But yeah, it's all good. And Donna jumping in. Donna, you don't want none of this. But yeah, I'm going to have to cover some of those things I ranted about earlier in the show. Make some posts out there. Hopefully wake some people up. People need to just wake up. But yeah, I gotta go. Literally. So thank you for joining the show. I'll see you Wednesday night. I'll see you online before then. And God bless and take care.